Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. Thanks for joining me today. Today for restoration, we have a Hot Wheels Harry Hauler. Now this car was released in 1971 and it was made in the US. But what's really strange about this one is that you can get pins, or the little buttons that come with these cars. They made some of those in Hong Kong, so it adds a little bit of extra money if you have a Hong Kong pin. But this car here also had 4 wheels in the back. It was one of the first ones that ever did that, and I don't think they did too many more after that. But this is going to be a fun restoration. So go ahead, sit back, grab your favorite adult beverage, and if you don't drink, grab a coffee or a Coke or a water or something, and sit back and relax and enjoy today's video. This is going to be a lot of fun, like I was just saying. Let's go ahead and get started.
It's time to start the autopsy.
I've gone ahead and drilled out the post. Just be careful when you're prying that thing open. Let's take the interior out. The windshield is held in by a little bit of a lip. Just be careful when you go to take that out because you can crack it really easy. You got to remember, these cars are close to 50 years old. Get a little bit stubborn here. Here's the interior. We'll get that out with no problem. The body actually is in pretty good shape. There we go, we got it now. Got a little bit of a crack in the windshield, but as I was filming this, I didn't have any access to a new windshield, but they did, I did find them later on, and I will change it out eventually. Just isn't important right now. Like I said, that's in pretty good shape. There's a post in the very front underneath the raising section of the front end of the car, and the engine itself also has a post on it. The suspension here is in good shape. Now, like I was saying, this car here has 4 wheels in the back. It's actually just a cap style wheel that goes over a larger made manufactured wheel. Engine's in good shape. We just got to polish that up. Just scrub up the interior, it'll be good there. Let's go ahead and move on. Here's another close-up of the wheels. You just take your knife and take off those cap style wheels, and you can replace those with no problem. We'll get to the rest of the wheels later.
Someone is being exhumed.
Let's go ahead and get the body in some citrus strip. Make sure you cover everything, especially if you're going to do a complete color change. But with this one here, we're going to restore it to its original color, that beautiful Spectre Flame Magenta. Set it off to the side, and we'll get back to that later. After we got the paint stripped off, we cleaned it down with Zep degreaser. And we're going to use this retro flame paint from Second Chance Redlines. Check out what Vince has to offer at Second Chance Redlines. It's scredlines.com. He's got a complete set of decals and paints and parts for your redline restorations. Check out everything they got to offer there. They got some great products. Let's go ahead and get all the hard to reach places first. Get up in the fender wells and the underside of the car. Make sure you get everything painted, because if you pick up the car and look at it from different angles, you might see where you missed the paint. That Spectre Flame Magenta is a really beautiful color. Just put on some light mist coats or tack coats. And we'll let it set for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then we'll come back to it and we'll give it a heavy saturation coat. I like trying to bring some of these obscure Hot Wheels to you for restorations and like that, for those of you who have never seen one of these. They weren't that popular because they weren't a race car or something like that, but it still deserves all the respect it can of being an antique Hot Wheels car. Just a little bit more touch up here and there, we'll be ready to set this aside. I let it set approximately 24 hours with the Spectre Flame paints just to make sure that one, they're dry, and two, they're hardened to the point where you can touch them with no issues. That's looking good. We'll put that in the cabinet and we'll let that set overnight. Again, check out the Retro Flame paint from Second Chance Redlines. Looking good. Let's go ahead and move on.
Meanwhile, back in the graveyard.
Alright, here's the windshield. Gonna go ahead and dip it in the Pledge Revive. Shake off any excess. Touch the corner of the windshield to a paper towel and wick away that excess. Now we're gonna polish up the base. We've still got the old wheels on there. Just use a little bit, you don't need too much. Go ahead and spread it around. We'll polish that bad boy up. Make sure that when you're using your Dremel, you don't put it on too high, because if you do, all you're going to do is burn the product, and you're going to scorch the base, and it's going to look like crap. So use a slow setting on there when you're buffing this out, and only use a little bit of product. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell to be alerted to any future videos that come out. Now, if you're getting anything out of these videos, go ahead and mash that like button and hit the subscribe button. We got a whole bunch more videos coming out in the near future. If you see an area that you missed, put a little bit more flitz on there and finish it up. That's starting to look pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on. That base turned out really, really nice. Again, let's pop those wheels off. Get your ones in the front. That's looking good. Let's put 4 brand new meats on there. Now, these are all medium wheels. That's looking good. Now, even though you're only putting on 4 cap style wheels, it still looks like you got the dual wheels in the back. That looks fantastic. I got those wheels from the Redline shop. Let's move on. Here we are, we got all the pieces. Here's the Harry Hauler painted in the Retro Flame Magenta. Here's the base with the brand new wheels. That looks great, all polished up. Here's the interior all cleaned up. Here's the windshield. That looks great with that Pledge Revive. And here's the engine all polished up. Let's put it all together and let's give my creation life.
Lies! Lies! Do you hear me? Give my creation life!
And here's what we started with. This Hot Wheels Harry Hauler from 1971. And again, this was one of the few models that really wasn't that popular. Now, you can find them out there and you can still get them for a fairly decent price because people don't really care for them. We took the car apart, we drilled out the posts, we polished up the engine, we polished up the base, put new wheels on there, We used that new Spectre Flame Magenta, or excuse me, the Retro Flame Magenta from Second Chance Redlines. And we polished everything all, like I said, and we put it all back together. And it turned out absolutely fantastic. And like I always say, folks, you can do this too. All you have to do is watch these videos where we do these step-by-step procedures. Check out my friend Scott Turner at Southpaw Diecast. He does some great stuff. And this is what we got to. Look how beautiful this turned out. Now this would be a proud member in anybody's collection. We put that beautiful paint on there. It looks great. I can't say any more about it. But if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I read every single one. Now, a lot of times I can't get back to all of you, but I do my best. But if you got a question, put it in there. If there's something you'd like to see as far as a video or something like that, I am working on a bunch of videos. I just doing the best I can to keep caught up, and it's been so darn hot here in the South and all across the United States, it's hard to work out in the garage with no air conditioning. But I look forward to having you tune into the channel and watching my videos and leaving your comments. I can't thank you enough for stopping by today. What a great time we had restoring this Harry hauler, and it was a lot of fun. I truly enjoyed it. Make sure again you hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell so you know when any more videos come out. Thank you and cheers.